So he was thrown off for spreading the big lie and getting people to be violent over it. But it has been months, so maybe that's not necessary anymore. Maybe Trump has changed. Maybe the rationale for banning him doesn't exist anymore. That said, he posted this in the last 24 hours. Had gutless and clueless minority leader Mitch McConnell, he blew 2 seats in Georgia that should have never been lost, fought to expose all of the corruption that was presented at the time. With 2 more found since, we would have had a far different presidential result. Oh, he's still telling the lie. He's still, so you haven't learned at all. And we can expect that if you were reinstated on Facebook, that same lie would have been posted on Facebook a billion times over. It would have been shared by millions of your sheep. Well, then, yeah, like it's like he was just told, hey, by the way, Facebook is closely watching you and trying to decide if it would be safe to bring you back on. Well, let me reassure you, it ain't. That's what I get out of that, JR.
Yeah, and also when a guy's out of office, like you talked about the whole immunity that they want because they're in office, so they should be able to lie without any consequence, or even anyone tell them directly, hey, that's a lie. But so what about when you're out of office? Like, so when you have the most influence is when you're allowed to lie. It's so backwards, and I know you pointed that out.
Yeah.
But then if you get voted out, which he did, then not many people have that same kind of influence. Like John Boehner had to write a book and go on a media tour to make sure people still remembered who he was. Because people forget immediately as soon as politicians are voted out who they were and what they did, except for this guy, because he's the one who still has this following of people that will continue to be there. But so if a lying politician faces consequences, then gets voted out, do you then reinstate him because no one's following him anymore? Because he's no longer able to incite things like this? It seems very backwards. They got to figure out the best way to go about this, which seems pretty straightforward. Try to limit the amount of people inciting violence and spreading lies that will incite further violence like this that we saw on January 6th.
100%. And God, I love the lies. Briefly, he blew 2 seats in Georgia that should have never been lost. Okay, so challenge to the audience. Does literally anyone in the audience think that if they had won those seats, he wouldn't have claimed that he was the reason they'd won? Come on, does anyone think that? Or more importantly, does anyone believe that if they'd won those seats, literally everyone that likes Trump would have said he was responsible? It's amazing. Any victory is your fault, any loss, someone else, anybody.
100%. It's like a second grader playing, dodgeball or something on the playground yard. Hey, if the rules in the game go the direction, it's a great game. If they are suddenly out, hey, the rules said this, we're changing that. Actually, I won. It's no matter what, you manipulate the situation to have you be the winner. And he's never graduated from second grade and that type of stuff. Because those second graders are the ones that eventually the rest of the kids go, I'm not playing with Johnny anymore. He cheats.
Yep.
Every time, and you leave him alone. But
And as here comes a Tony pointed out, dude spent like months and months saying, now everybody don't vote by mail. I know it's super convenient. We could really use the support, but don't do it. Also, whole election's rigged. What's the point? Don't even be involved. Damn you, McConnell, you blew it. Ridiculous.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.